POC Network here with another unboxing, this time once again coming from the company OWC, which is Other World Computing. And what we have today is their latest edition of their drive dock. This is actually a USB Type-C or 3.1 Gen 2 drive dock solution that connects to any computer that supports that connectivity type. And you have the option of transferring data up to 10 gigabits per second because that's USB Type-C. Of course, you're not actually going to get that speed because no drive can actually transfer that fast. But you know that your bottleneck isn't going to be the connection between the drive dock and your computer, which is always a plus. It's for the most part like having it inside your computer and connected directly to your serial ATA, only faster when you think about it, technically speaking, spec-wise. But what we're going to do today, we're going to open up this box. We're going to show you what's inside of the box. And then you'll go to POCnetwork.net, where later on we're going to have a full review for this drive dock and let you know what we think about it. The very first thing you're brought to is a little sheet of paper that just has a diagram and some information about all the various different buttons and features of the drive dock itself. And then you have the drive dock neatly packaged away in a bunch of foam in this plastic bag that very conveniently tells you that this bag is not a toy in case you get confused. And here's the drive dock. So it's about the same size for the most part as the last one we've seen from OWC, only this one has just different connectivity instead of the Thunderbolt 2, I believe it was, Thunderbolt 2 on the back. And I think it was also USB 3.0. This one is 3.1, again, Type-C or Gen 2. You know, so it's just you have that tiny little connection that you might be familiar with if you have a MacBook Pro or any kind of a modern PC, or even your smartphone. If you have a modern smartphone like the Galaxy phones, you typically have a Type-C connector at the bottom of it now. But we'll come back to this in just a quick second. Let's see what else is in the box. We have a power cable that goes directly from the dock itself to the wall. We have a USB Type-C to Type-A connector, and we have a USB Type-C to Type-C connector. Now that was smart, since desktop, laptop, or in some cases, desktop or laptop. So when you open the box and you go to use your dock, you're not gonna run into a situation going, oh crap, I'm using this on my laptop. My laptop doesn't have a Type-A port, everything's Type-C. OWC has you covered. They thought ahead. Smart move on their part. The dock itself is, there's a lot of weight to this thing. It's very well built, which is nice. And just like the previous model, you have the aluminum enclosure that's going around. It has that kind of Mac theme to it. And it just feels like this is not your average run-of-the-mill dock. This is the one that's, not only is it gonna look really good sitting on your desk, but it's gonna take a beating per se if you accidentally bump it around or anything like that, but of course you don't really want to do that. Like I said, it's almost identical to the original dock. You have your slot A and slot 1 and slot 2, and then you have some buttons here. You have the OWC logo that lights up. You have 1 and 2, which is just showing that each dock is actually being accessed, so you have your access LEDs. And then you have your power buttons. So this actually allows you to be able to put in the dock while your computer is running, while this is connected to USB, because you have power turned off to that specific slot. So you insert the dock. So if it's an HDD or anything like that, that's not normally hot swappable. You just put it in there and then you turn it on and then it boots up the drive, and it's like plugging in a fresh external hard drive at that point. And then on the back, you have your connector for power, you have a power button, and then of course the USB Type-C input for the cables. So the benefit of this drive is obviously data access. Take all of your hard drives and swap them into your dock here and access the data without having to reboot your computer continuously and opening up the actual shell of your computer to insert any of the drives. Or if you have a laptop, obviously a 3.5-inch drive won't fit. So this is your solution for that. It just sits on your desk and you can slap 2.5 or 3.5 hard drive solutions into it all you want to make sure that you can get access to that data or transfer back and forth and or even clone drive to drive using your favorite software. So again, this is the OWC USB Type-C drive dock. And we'll have more about this later on at POCnetwork.net, where we'll do a whole review on this once we've tested it out to let you know what we think, make sure it actually moves at the speeds that we expect it to, and so forth. We'll have pictures and everything else. So if you liked what you've seen for now, don't forget to subscribe below. There is a button down there as well as a comment area because we'd love to hear from you. And as always, we thank you for watching and we'll catch you next time. If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest and or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it.
You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.